It's February 9, 2026, and here is the AI news. We're going to be very thorough today, okay? Today I want to focus on 4 developments that show how fast the AI market is changing. First, how OpenAI is starting to place ads inside of ChatGPT. Then, how the European Commission is moving against Meta over WhatsApp and rival AI assistants. Then, what a senior AI safety leader's public resignation letter at Anthropic tells us about the internal pressures going on there. And finally, how the US Department of Energy is trying to coordinate a national AI for science push through a new consortium. First, OpenAI is changing the user experience of ChatGPT in a way that many people have expected for a while. They're putting ads in. Today, OpenAI began testing ads inside of ChatGPT in the United States. According to OpenAI's Help Center documentation, these ads appear below the end of a response. And they're clearly labeled as sponsored and visually separated from the answer. OpenAI says the test applies to logged-in adult users on ChatGPT Free and on ChatGPT Go, so not premium users yet. So the biggest question I guess everyone's gonna have is, first, can you pay to get answers changed? OpenAI has directly addressed this today in their announcement. They say that ads do not influence the answers that ChatGPT gives you, and we keep your conversations with ChatGPT private from advertisers. The Help Center adds a technical claim: ads run on separate systems from our chat model, and advertisers have no ability to shape, rank, or alter ChatGPT responses. But it's a little hard to believe. It seems like we're dipping our toes into a dangerous area. Additionally, OpenAI is offering a partial opt-out. OpenAI says that free users can opt out of ads, but in exchange, they get fewer daily free messages. The Verge reported that Go users cannot opt out during this test. In practical terms, OpenAI is experimenting with a trade. You either pay more money or you pay with your attention. You pay with you're going to get ads. So OpenAI has also listed exclusions meant to limit harm. OpenAI says that it will not show ads for users under 18 or users predicted to be under 18. It also says that ads will not appear near sensitive or regulated topics, including health, mental health, or politics. So the business significance of this is very clear. ChatGPT has become a major daily interface for people searching for stuff, and advertising inside it will also obviously become as important as Google ads were at some point. In direct response to this, Anthropic has been marketing Claude as an ad-free platform, including their Super Bowl campaign, which you may have seen. It was reported by Business Insider that there is a time and a place for ads. Your conversations with AI should not be one of them, according to Anthropic. All right, so that's our first story. Our second story: in Europe, Meta is facing a fast-moving competition case that is directly about whether messaging platforms can be gatekeepers for AI assistants. Today, the European Commission sent Meta a statement of objections over Meta blocking rival AI chatbots from WhatsApp. A statement of objections is a formal document in the EU antitrust enforcement area. It's not a final verdict, but it is the Commission's detailed preliminary view of what it believes is illegal in Meta's actions. And the Commission's core allegation is that Meta's conduct breaches EU antitrust rules on abuse of dominance, specifically Article 102 of the Treaty on the Functioning of the European Union, often shortened to Article 102 TFEU. In plain English, Article 102 is the rule that says a company that is dominant in a market cannot use that power in ways that unfairly block competitors. Like I said before, the behavior that's at issue is WhatsApp's business-facing access channel. Meta introduced new WhatsApp Business Solutions, also called WhatsApp Business API. They introduced new terms in October of 2025. So the reporting says that the new terms created a dedicated AI provider section that restricted general-purpose AI assistants from using that business route. Facebook has a business API. Third-party AI assistants, if you're running that type of thing, you can't use the API. Those new terms became fully effective for existing AI providers on January 15th of this year, according to Investing.com's reporting of the EU case. The Commission also said it intends to consider interim measures. Now, these are usually used when regulators believe there's a risk of a serious or irreparable harm to competition. All right, and this isn't only an EU-level argument. Italy's competition authority, the Autorità Garante della Concorrenza, known as the AGCM, already acted. On December 24th, 2025, the AGCM ordered Meta to immediately suspend the new WhatsApp business terms in Italy as an interim measure. The AGCM named Meta Platforms Inc., Meta Platforms Ireland Limited, WhatsApp Ireland Limited, and Facebook Italy, and said that the conduct appeared to constitute an abuse that may cause serious and irreparable harm to competition. So here's Meta's defense. A Meta spokesperson told The Guardian the facts are that there is no reason for the EU to intervene in the WhatsApp Business API. Meta argues people can access many AI options through app stores, operating systems, devices, websites, and partnerships, and that regulators are incorrectly treating WhatsApp Business API as a key distribution channel. WhatsApp also told the Associated Press that the Commission's claims are baseless and that general-purpose AI chatbots put strain on systems they were not designed to support. Why does this matter financially? Meta's core business is still advertising. The Associated Press reported that Meta's 2025 advertising revenue as $160 billion out of its $164 billion total revenue. That makes really any distribution channel like WhatsApp strategically very important. And regulatory outcomes can alter product design, growth, and monetization timelines, especially if WhatsApp is treated as a competitive gateway. So more on that story as it develops. Now, our third story is about AI safety culture inside of big companies building frontier models, and it's worth treating seriously because it comes from a person who led a safety team. Today, Business Insider published the exit letter of Mrinank Sharma, who describes as the person who led the safeguards research team at Anthropic. And in that letter, Sharma wrote, "My last day will be February 9th." And he also wrote, "The world is in peril." So Sharma wrote in that letter about AI sycophancy. In plain English, sycophancy in AI is when a model becomes too eager to agree with the user, even when the user is wrong or is asking for something harmful. This matters because an assistant that always agrees can amplify misinformation, reinforce extremist views, or fail to correct dangerous plans. Sharma also said he helped develop defenses to reduce risks from AI-assisted bioterrorism and put those defenses into production. He also wrote that he helped write one of the first AI safety cases. A safety case is a structured argument supported by evidence that a system is safe enough for specific use. This concept comes from safety-critical industries like aviation and nuclear energy. In AI, it matters because it forces a company to document hazards, mitigations, and remaining uncertainty before scaling deployments. Sharma's letter also describes a persistent tension, where he says, "Throughout my time here, I've repeatedly seen how hard it is to truly let our values govern our actions." Business Insider also reported that Anthropic did not provide detailed comment in response. This lands in an environment where Anthropic is also pursuing enormous scale. Reuters reporting, carried by Investing.com, said Anthropic is planning a new fundraise of $10 billion at a $350 billion valuation, with GIC and Coatue Management reported as potential leads. And again, Anthropic declined to comment. So we have, at the same time, safety leaders warning about peril and capital markets rewarding the race to build larger systems. Finally, the US government is trying to organize an AI-driven science agenda, and it is doing it with a structure designed to pull in private sector capacity quickly. Today, RTI International announced through PR Newswire that the US Department of Energy has launched the new Genesis Mission Consortium, and that it'll be administered by TechWorks, a Department of Energy partnership intermediary operated by RTI International. Jesus Christ. A partnership intermediary is an organization that sits between government and outside participants to make collaboration faster than traditional contracting, usually by providing standardized membership agreements and working groups. So this consortium is linked to a larger policy action. Okay, on November 24th, 2025, the White House published an executive order titled Launching the Genesis Mission. The Department of Energy describes the Genesis Mission as led by DOE, Department of Energy, and its 17 national laboratories, aiming to build an integrated AI platform to double the productivity and impact of American research within a decade. The consortium's working groups are specific: AI model development and validation, data integration and standards, high-performance computing and cloud infrastructure, and robotics and automation. Now, these other categories matter because scientific AI is not only about training models. It's not just LLMs that we're used to. And all of it depends on data that is clean and shareable, compute infrastructure that can handle large simulations and training workloads, and physical automation so labs can run experiments faster. There's also a clear sign that this is intended to include major technology companies. On December 18, 2025, the Department of Energy announced collaboration agreements with 24 organizations to advance Genesis. Included AMD, Anthropic, Amazon Web Services, Cerebras, CoreWeave, Google, Grok, Hewlett-Packard Enterprise, IBM, Intel, Microsoft, NVIDIA, OpenAI, Oracle, Palantir, XAI, XPRIZE, among some others. What has not been disclosed so far, though, is also important. The RTI announcement does not state a specific dollar amount for consortium funding, and it does not give an exact count or public roster of the dozens of partners that are meant to be joining. And that lack of detail there sort of makes it difficult to evaluate the scale, accountability, and which commitments are real versus aspirational. So across all these stories, the pattern is consistent that AI is moving from a research and product phase into an infrastructure and governance phase. Advertising, competition law, safety staffing, government science coordination are not really side issues anymore. They're becoming the mechanisms that decide who gets distribution, who pays, what's allowed, and how fast these systems are allowed to deploy. And that's today's AI news, February 9th. Thanks for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.